In KU, in Kurichinati, there was a strong ground element, but a guy came in to the dojo when I was training in Queensland one day with my teacher at his school during a training camp, and then they just ran through us, and I thought, I got to go and see somewhere. I got to legitimately go and train in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. So I did, and I started as I got to become a blue belt in Machado Jiu Jitsu in the gi. I got that in 18 months, which I thought was pretty fast. And then Josh, who's been here 6 times now, he's actually here again, the current trip with me from 10th Planet South Melbourne. He's my top guy, and he was on a world tour, and he goes, hey Frank, what would you rather go? Who should I go and train with? Eddie or Jean-Jacques? And I said, you know what? I love Jean-Jacques, but Eddie's been trained by Jean-Jacques, but Eddie's got this no-gi thing going, and that's where I wanted to go. I always loved no-gi, and they never ran no-gi at that school. It was always once a week and 2 people, and it'd be me and a 105 kilogram dude. I'm like, come on, you know? Classic story, right? Typical. So, and then my students go, hey, Sensei, listen, we'll hold the school. Go, meet him there. So I went, are you serious? So I met Josh in 2006, and I've been back every year since. And look, you know, I love coming back here. I've got so many friends here, and the system, the confidence the system gave me, oh my God, I've always wanted to represent my country, right? This is serious, this is a big thing. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. And in sports, I could never do that. In soccer, I could never make it. In tennis, too short. You know, music, well, how do you represent music? Ironman, look, I did really well. I was in the top 10% of my age group in the country, but my brother went to represent Australia. I missed out, so I never really represented Australia. But looking back now, you fast forward like 10 years, and I'm holding down Australia, 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu, and I'm like, oh my God, wow, isn't that interesting? In the back of your mind, you have that in your mind, and it's funny how the life goes, and meeting Eddie and how he's changed my life, my whole family's life, my whole martial arts direction. We're great friends. Like, he's one of my best friends to me. He treats me so well. He's really hard on me on the mat. I love that. That's classic, right? But he's always compassionate. He's always so cool to me. Off the mat, he's a friend too. So, and that hasn't always been the case in my history with all of my teachers, and that's a massive thing to me. To be a world dominator like Eddie is a legend, and to be as cool as hell to anybody, your first day, you know, to be cool as hell, but also to be a great teacher, to get your attention, keep you, keep your mind focused, and still have fun, and taught me how to relax and enjoy yourself, and still learn to be a killer. That, to me, is the ultimate. So that's why it's easy to dedicate 8.5 years onwards. You know, I'm always going to be, this is what I'm doing, you know, this is what I love to do, and I'm looking forward to the future. 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu saved my life, you know. Martial arts has always been there as a whole, but I got to say, 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu really, the wings were always there, you know, strapped, belted, gaffer taped, you know, and Jiu Jitsu just gave me that confidence just to break that seal and realize, and then start to flap my wings, and then boom, and then now I feel like after all these years, you know, and just pushing hard, and I just feel like I can just flap them, and I'm starting to just revel in the feeling of satisfaction and reward, but not a satisfaction like, oh, that's it, now I'm way more motivated to keep pushing and driving forward, and exposing the entire country that I live in to 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu, more motivated and inspired and passionate and energized and committed more than ever. This is, being here for my 12th trip, trust me, has not made me feel like flaking anything. Yeah, you get your butt kicked, it's tiring, you're sore, you know, you're in a different country, your family's at home, it's hard work, but you know what, dude, when I get home, everything's beautiful, you know, or when I get to the shower, everything's beautiful. When I relax for 5 minutes, that's what it's all about for me. So it's perfect right now. Come down to Australia, everyone's welcome. We've got 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu Melbourne strong down there, and same with 10th Planet South Melbourne. You know, we've got Josh there as well. And in the next year or so, I reckon less than a year, we're going to see up to 9 new affiliates Australia-wide. So we could potentially in the next 6 to 12 months have, 9 to 11 affiliates Australia-wide. And then that is when we're going to start to take over. And that's my goal, is to expose everybody. I think everybody's no-gi system in every school in Australia should be 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. End of story. And now with the advent of leg locks, how heavy we are on leg locks now, it's not just rubber guard, half guard, the twister, heavy on leg locks. Man, our defense is on point too. Now, where 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu is, if you want to ignore us, you're going to kick yourself for ignoring us, man. You want to get in there and work with us just so you're prepared. That's my advice to all the opposition out there, is that you better learn what's going on. Look at us, learning about how to defend the De La Riva hook and defending leg locks, and man, it's so important to have your overall game together. And 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu, man, I've got all the bases covered. I'm so excited. Every time I come here, Eddie's just on fire, just thinking about the next step we've got to take. Man, I just go, look at that. That's why he's my teacher, you know, and I love it.